Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. As usual, there's a lot of information down in the description box down below about the astrological impacts this week, like the sun going in the sign of Taurus. And we also have the Aries new moon this week. So blessings or challenges with your energetic past here. Virgo is the rune of Bracana. Bracana is blessed new beginnings, nurturing, like a familial style type of nurturing, mother's love kind of energy kind of comes to mind with this, intuitively knowing how to begin and nurture this and just continue to nurture this beginning. This is the birch goddess's rune, Bracana. Blessed new beginnings. So challenges or blessings with this in your recent past, your Virgo. Three of Swords. Dagas is an irreversible rune that's also included on this, so you have some clarity. But Three of Swords reversed here is more like, see, Three of Swords is my least favorite card because that's like being stabbed in the back and having the clarity of knowing at least who your enemy was or who your, executor was. With it being reversed, it's like a rebirth out of them. It's or just maybe like you got out of that Three of Swords kind of energy. Maybe you dodged a bullet here. Let's see what this is all about. Needs, constraints, limitations. Okay, so maybe a deadline. Maybe somebody helping you to meet a need or a limitation, a priority. And all these maybe, like life happens. Now this, now that. Maybe it's something you forgot about and the bill came overdue or something. But take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. Now these, now this with Bracana and Three of Swords reverse is not a bad energy to be in your energetic past here. Okay, Virgo, so let's get into your energetic now. Blessings or challenges with Awas. This is an energetic source that's proven itself to you like man's best friend, the horse. So this is like a pilgrimage, a journey, a travel, or an inner and outer pilgrimage. Pilgrimage can be loosely translated into several different iterations, like not just a literal journey, right? But that's also an inner journey, spiritual journey, a knowledge journey, an emotional journey. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is like a relationship or energy of being able to lead and be led with this energy in your life, that energetic source, that relationship. This could be a relationship with yourself, like an inner child or your higher self, or a divine source, or a family member, friend, pet, relative, significant other, business partner. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Maybe it's an actual animal. Card clarity there is the King of Pentacles. Very stable. This is like sugar daddy energy. Very strong, stable, grounded, mature, abundant, stable, clear, kind of stoic kind of energy. So interesting. This is blessings or challenges. So this is maybe what you guys feel like together in this energy, like King of Pentacles, which is awesome energy to move forward with. Let's see what this rune of clarity is. Uncovering mysteries together. And I say together because this is with Awas, with the horse rune. This is another energy. With the Three of Swords reversed too, this is like somebody that could have been your enemy is actually your friend or something like that. It actually turns out to be an abundance opportunity in your life. You're uncovering mysteries, taking the energetic leap where Divine says, look, take the leap, I got you. Pertho is the gambler's cup. You're taking an energetic investment in this to guide it towards its best possible outcome, becoming initiated in the process. Whatever this is. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't in your near future. You have a lot more of that stability, groundedness, and clarity in manas. Better attachments to ideas, being able to change your mind, thoughts, beliefs, standards, outcomes, labels, where you are grounded and where your clarity is, where you stand in the place in the world, your sense of identity with those things. Page of Pentacles clarifies, you get that message. You get a message of something that kind of lends to your, like an affirmation of like, yes, this is the right grounded next step forward towards your stability, towards your sense of abundance, what that is for you in your life. Take that how it resonates, Virgo, leave it doesn't. Why did I have that rune show up out of that bag? Rune is not supposed to be in this bag. I will reshuffle that bag if we need to use it. So, this is the Lapis Lazuli rune set. So, okay, in your outcome, so either way, even if that was the God Tears rune T was, or Uru's here, that's showing a sense of increased, like, abundance, a sense of victory, and a better sense of momentum and direction moving forward. Each next step is more grounded and more deliberate moving forward, as the Uru's rune here suggests. You're making healthier steps, not just what you eat or drink, but what you surround yourself with, your thoughts, your standards, your beliefs, how you talk to yourself, how you think, all that good stuff. All right, Virgo, so in your influence for the now is communication. Maybe you receive some news. Yeah, maybe that Page of Pentacles, right? Or maybe you're looking for that Page of Pentacles news, and then it does come. So anyway, this is Ansu's prophetic dream work, divine downloads, gifts, any one of your like claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience. We have over 6 of those clairs, so look them up. Any one of those could be popping off, and you could just be getting like blessed divine downloads through that way, and just be like enlightened, or maybe just simply working on communication, giving and receiving communication. Maybe received some messages, or maybe you're working on the way that you communicate to others. Sacral resonates here. This is a big influence here in your life. The moon here kind of clarifies this, but this is kind of something more related to maybe your dream work. Maybe this is something, maybe this is an inner dialogue with yourself. Maybe this is like one of your clairs, like a claircognizance, where it's an inner kind of just knowing. Where the moon card here kind of just shows you that a lot of times the answer is in where the veil is the thinnest. Right in that liminal space in between, right between night and day, or not even in between night and day, but in the where dreams usually rule and our faith can be tested. All right, so this is clarified with the rune of Radho. Radho is that following the energetic flow in your life, right? Following the flow, riding that along the energetic wave, being in constant step with divine flow. So you might be leaving or being on a travel of some kind, or even be leaving like a job that's going nowhere, or an abusive spouse or something like that. Take what resonates. In your now is Gabo. Work on, okay, so your advice for the now is what I mean to say. This is your now energies, your advice for the now, or excuse me, past, present, future, what's influencing you, and your advice for the now. Work on your stability. When the runes are going like that at the bottom, it's working on stability. This is also Gabo, the rune of divine reciprocity, equal give and take energies. Being able to receive and always remember that, but always forget every time you give. What a beautiful place to be, to give and to receive, both with gratitude. Work on that divine reciprocity, no invisible strings attached, all right, Virgo? So work on that stability as well. 7 of Swords clarifies, okay. So this is a chance to review, see if there's maybe some sneaky hidden energy in this relationship dynamic, whether this is like a spouse or a significant other, or your relationship with yourself. Just make sure there's no other hidden, other sneaky energy kind of lurking around in the background, trying to either take over your subconscious, take over your life, or being manipulative deliberately in your life. Not necessarily from an external source. It could be from an external source. It more than likely usually is, but is also could be from yourself. So be open to that. Stick up for what is just, true, and good. Be ready to hold your ground and stick up for what is just. What the like scales of Libra, scales of justice. and sticking up for that, others, for yourself. This looks like your vector of victory, staying dedicated to your divinely guided self-source blueprint, showing up and doing your diligent work every single day, doing, and like, yeah, being just, that's you. You need to just kind of be grounded and dedicated and showing up for that balance, reciprocity, and in the meantime, learn from that Seven of Swords energy, because that is not really a fear kind of a thing. This is more like, be open that you could be the one self-sabotaging. You could be your own sneaky enemy. Like, if you feel like something is occurring in your life and you go manifest it, that's, sorry to say, kind of Virgo, and that's kind of on you. In the outcome here is the Rune of Yera. Rune of Yera here is about harvest, cycles ending and beginning simultaneously, endings making beginnings and beginnings making endings. This is like a cause and effect lesson. This isn't a karmic lesson, but a cause and effect. This is what you sow is what you reap. That liminal space in between, the ending of cycles, like the end of the year where you make a harvest. The harvest rune here says learning that lesson. You're learning the lessons, right? Maybe you are. Virgo. Let me know in the comments below how this resonates. But you're in that cycle or in that space in between, like taking a breath in between singing notes, in between a cycle, right? Where you are able to notice this in your outcome and get into your diving back into your momentum and your clarity with that Page of Pentacles. When they say go, you're ready to go. You're beginning this new thing. This is awesome. And your outcome, 5 of Cups reversed. This is good to see. You're not really pouting over what was lost or anything like that. A chance to review your emotional cups. Yeah, this is the chance to review your emotional cups. This whole closing off of a cycle and beginning a new one. You had this beginning in your thoughts here in your past, in your recent past. So now you're getting into it finally. You've kind of applied yourself into moving forward into that. You made that decision. And here it is. Kudos to you, Virgo, for showing up and doing the work. Divine reciprocity, sticking up for what's right, being vigilant, knowing that you could also be your own worst enemy. Look at that. You're double clarified here with the Rune of Yera. Knowing what goes around comes around. Not necessarily that, but this is more that super closing off of a cycle and getting into a new one. So I think you're kind of like a rededication or reaffirmation or showing up for yourself or your life in a really like a renewed sense of being. Virgo, let me know in the comments below how that is for you. That's beautiful. And the messages for the fairies oracle deck is the card for the clarity that we're going to get. These are beautiful messages, divinely guided and also guided with the fairies. The fairies are divinely guided creatures and beings who love to assist us in our journeys as well. And they just flipped over a card for us. Let me see what that is. It's that card that got flipped over there. Thank you, thank you, thank you, fairies and divine. I will take that as our message for today. This card is ask for what you want. Virgo, let the universe and other people know what you need. That's what it says at the bottom. Ask for what you want. We will read more about this card. Again, at the bottom, Virgo, it says, let the universe and other people know what you need. This card serves as a reminder of the importance of asking for your desires. The universe is much like a restaurant in that you need to put in your order before anything can happen. Your current situation calls for action on your part. First, spend time clarifying your desires, and then tell the universe clearly what you want. You can always qualify your request with the prayer, this or something better, so that you don't unwittingly limit yourself. However, you do need to rest and make a clear decision about your desires. So make a very present decision, right? Additional meanings for the card Virgo are to be honest with the people in your life. Another one is to tell the universe what you want. Another is to write a list of ideas, or have a heart-to-heart talk with someone in a relationship about your needs, boundaries, and expectations. Or you could ask others to help you and accept that aid when it is offered. And finally, Virgo, the last meaning for this card could be to expect a positive outcome, and your expectations will be rewarded. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.